Welcome back. We're on a mission to hit 1,000 subscribers so we can start donating our YouTube revenue to support families battling cancer. Join our journey, hit that subscribe button, and make a difference today. Now back to the video.
All right, today we're in Juneau in Alaska on our, fourth day in Alaska.
We're on the way.
Alright, so today we're doing a walk around the town and the waterfront, and we're coming back in about a week's time, so we'll have a look at some of the things that we might want to go and do on our second day. Yeah? Yeah. The waterfront's got a lot of these little totem poles, but they're not very little actually, they're pretty big, all scattered around the waterfront. Alright, so behind me is the Juneau Alaska whale for Alaska. Alright, so this totem pole starts at the very top with the raven, then below it is a butterfly, and then a wolf, followed by a killer whale, and ending at the bottom with a bear. This totem pole starts at the top with a killer whale and a bear, drops down to a raven with a frog, that's the little green bit there. And then under that is an eagle, a beaver, obviously the beaver with a bit of wood poking out of its mouth, and finishing with a wolf at the bottom with a crane. Okay, let's wait for the plane to go. Okay, some interesting facts about the humpback whale. In 2016, it was doing so well, it was taken off the endangered list. So that's a really wonderful thing to know. That's why when you're going out now doing your fishing and things like that, that you quite often can encounter whales. The whales that frequent in Alaska come here during the summer, and many of them will travel 2,800 miles down to Hawaii in the summer. In the winter here to get away into warmer water. Now this migration, it was discovered by a Hawaiian researcher and an Alaskan researcher who, when comparing notes, they found that the distinctive markings on the tails, on the, I think it's flukes of the whales, on a couple of them were exactly the same, and they realised that these separate individuals were actually the same, and that's how they realised that they were travelling this massive distance. So like people with our fingerprints, whales also have prints, but they're on the backs of their flukes, and they can be identified as individuals through those markings. I'm guessing that this is a representation of one of the original dugout canoes that they made from, I think it was cedars, and they were carved out of one solid block of wood. So this totem is really quite interesting. Right at the very top is a face. Now that is the sun. Now below the sun is a raven. Now the raven is actually sitting on a box, and contained inside the box is all of the sunlight. Below that we have a frog, and then at the very, very bottom a sea lion. So in summer the box is full and the sunlight is overflowing, and then in winter the box is emptied and the sunlight is accumulating in the box. As always, when we have spare time, and we've got 9 hours today, we try to go on walks. So we've walked up to Cope Park and we're going to go and have a look and see what it's like. The dog's in the water, and the water's probably about 6 degrees. 2 degrees. All right, Cope Park has a couple of tennis courts. It's got a little mountain bike track or BMX track, and it's got a couple of walks that go up this river behind me. Well, not in the river, obviously, beside the river. We're not sure how far they go. They're not marked, and we don't have a trail map, so we don't want to head off up there and then miss our boat, so we're not going to do that. Beautiful park, lovely, good place to come, spend some time. So we were really looking forward to doing this trail and walking up here, but you know, we have to follow the rules. We can't break the rules, Jaynee. We'll have to turn back. We can't carry on. So Cope Park is about a 15-minute walk from the terminal where the cruise liner arrives in Juneau. And it's nice and easy. It's not a difficult walk at all. You just bang it into your Google Maps and it'll take you here. Well, this building is the Alaska State Capitol building in Juneau, which we're going to go and have a quick look at.
I don't know how exactly it's done, but they do say it is by priority. Once again, it's all televised. We have something here called Gavel, Alaska, and the rumor has it that when they redid the building, several of them, you know, they make these columns a little smaller so they could prove that they were on TV or something, that, you know, that they were, but they have to be here. If they're not here, they can actually send a state trooper after them and bring them back to the session.
All right, we've just completed the tour of the Capitol building. Fantastic place. A lot of interesting stuff in there. It used to be a federal building, so it's not as fancy flash as some of the other Capitol buildings, but it's purpose-built. It does the job, and it's full of some interesting memorabilia. A lot of Art Deco stuff as well. Interesting story about the Alaskan flag. When Alaska became a territory, they had a competition. They put it out to the local children to produce artwork for the flag. And there was a young Indigenous boy, Benny Benson, I think his name was. Now, he was either 13 or 14, and he was in a public school. Now, the local Indigenous people were not allowed to go to the public schools. But the reason he could go is because he was an orphan. Now, he designed the flag, which is a blue background, and he said that the blue is for our sky and for our sea. He had the stars of Ursa Major put onto the flag, and the bear is, of course, Alaska's animal. The stars were gold, which represented the minerals that were in Alaska, as well as the state flower, I think. And then it had the North Star in the top corner, because the motto is something along the lines of going to the north or something like that, which all those categories made the flag win the competition. When the state was admitted as a state in 1959, they got the young boy, who was now an old man, and they brought him down to Juneau, and he led the parade carrying his flag that he designed. So nice little story behind the flag.
I race you to the top.
Okay,
Race you to the top.
let's go. I'm not going. Come on, I'm catching up.
I lost the jellyfish.